Welcome back to my channel Poly Classes. Friends, in this video I'm going to give you the information about targeted study, complete theory subjects in 30 days. The basic question that you may ask is, can we do this? Yes, we can do this, you can do this, and I will guide you how to do this. So friends, I'm Sanjay Naik sir from Poly Classes. I'm a teacher and coach by profession. I'm teaching engineering students in Pune, India at my coaching classes, Poly Classes, since 1981. I've coached and trained more than 5,000 students who are successful in their careers. So if you understand the process and apply the process perfectly, then you can complete all your studies in 30 days. The first point that I want to target is you have to assess your ability. This assessment test you have to take yourself. If you can study for long hours, that is 4-5 hours per day, this is a strong point. If you cannot study this for more than 1 hour, this is a weak point. Now is the time to change. You have to plan. I will discuss this in the next part, but you have to work for long hours, around 5 to 6 hours every day. You have to spare time for your studies of these theoretical subjects. Next point that you have to remember is, are you dedicated? Are you dedicated to your studies? Or you have got a lot of diversions? That means the moment you sit for your studies, they'll pick up the mobile, you pick up another book, you watch the television, go out in the balcony and watch the traffic. Then this is a very weak point. You have to change this now. If you change now, the effect will be tremendous. Can you study rigorously? Yes, if you can do it. Rigorously means that you can sit for 5 to 6 hours, maybe in different schedules, complete the studies which are targeted on that day, and you are sorted out. I've got some videos on my channel. There are 3-4 methods that I've given to improve your concentration. What you can do is watch those videos. Whichever method is suitable for you, you can adopt that, start practicing. Now your study level will increase and your laziness will be vanished. Your tiredness will be vanished. This change you have to make. If you make this, then you can study and complete your theoretical subjects in 30 days. The next important point is planning. You should plan a schedule of 2 hours per day minimum. Now, if you have got 3 theoretical subjects, then what you can do, you should give 1 hour for each subject. If you have got 4 theoretical subjects, a little bit of mathematical part in 1 or 2 of the subjects, still you have to spare 1 hour per day for every subject. This is the minimum base target that you have to make. Then you plan for chapters. You have got around 30 days. After every 5 days, you will be revising everything on the 6th day. That means we have to plan a schedule of 6 days, and accordingly you will be planning 5 schedules. That means 6 days into 5 schedules, that comes to 30 days. And you can complete the studies. So, in the first schedule of 6 days, you are going to read and write what is important in the first 5 days. And how do you plan for the first 5 days? That means you have to divide your syllabus into 25 blocks. Whatever the syllabus, it can work out something like this, that you have got 200 pages divided by 25 will be 8 pages only targeted per day. Or you can work out maybe one chapter, big chapter for one day, or a small chapter for one day, depending on your capacity. This you have to decide and plan. So you have to make 25 different blocks for every subject. Now, if one of the subjects has got a lot of syllabus, you have to make 25 blocks only, but you can target some topics. Some difficult topics, or the topics which have got less marks, you can skip them and focus on those topics which have got more marks. And maybe you can understand that in a very short time, you continue with the planning only with these topics only. But you should have 25 blocks for every subject. So the planning will be 5 blocks on 5 days for one subject. On the 6th day, you revise everything and then move on to the next schedule of 6 days. This you can apply for 3 subjects, 4 subjects, 5 subjects, and you are sorted out. The next point is periodical analysis. What is this periodical analysis? That means after completing the schedule of 5 days, that is reading or writing, you have to revise on the 6th day. This is the periodical analysis. The reading or maybe the writing or the combination of this, you have to complete in your schedule. It is up to you how much you can read and remember, write and remember. It is up to your capacity. You do that in that 1 hour or 1.5 hours schedule and revise everything on the 6th day. The essence is that on the 6th day, you come to know exactly how much you can remember. If you find that something is missing or you cannot remember a few points, you read them again, you revise them again, once, twice, or maybe you can write down the concepts in shorthand or the important points in shorthand, and you're sorted out on the 6th day. The next point is, if there are certain formulae, make a list of the formulae as you study with the topics. If there are certain examples with the related formulae, solve the examples, maybe solved examples, unsolved examples, and practice them so that you are sorted out on the 6th day. Check out that can you remember the examples, the method. If you can remember everything, you're sorted out. Friends, very important in theoretical subjects, we have got some definitions. So we have to understand what these definitions are and the related procedure. That means there is some concept presented there. The procedure has to be written down. The best thing is you write it down. If you can spare more time, you can read and write. It depends on you how you work out this. So the procedure is important because the concept will be there and the explanation of the concept will be given maybe in 3, 4, 5 points. You write them and you can remember them. The next important step is understand the steps. See, everything that you want to do, there are certain steps. If you want to go to the first floor, there are steps. If you start climbing 2 steps at a time, then you might miss something. Maybe you will fumble and not remember. So what you have to do, you have to remember the steps. Procedure and steps always come together. The concept, the procedure, and the steps in the proper sequence. If you are able to write down and recall them, you are successful. You are sorted out in this case. And the last point that I want to stress in this method is recall and remember. That means there are certain important questions which are repeated. So for this purpose, what you have to do, as per your syllabus, find out the previous year's papers. Maybe there are 3 or 4 or 5, 6 papers available. Check out which are the questions which are repeated. So now what you have to do is you have to make a list of these questions and correlate these questions with what we have written down and study. So you can start the particular answers with that question, or you can write the question there with a different pen, with a red pen or green pen near that notes. And you know that when you revise, the question is there, the answer is there. And if you can recall and remember the questions and the answers correctly, then you have completed your studies thoroughly. It is your capacity. Make an assessment of your capacity and accordingly apply. Some of the students may find this tedious. Then what you can do, instead of studying the entire syllabus of 100%, you target the syllabus of 75 to 80% and complete the studies. So if you can complete this targeted studies, still you are sorted out, you have studied the subject completely, and you can answer the questions completely in the papers, and you can be successful. So friends, this is it. Subscribe to my channel Poly Classes. Click on the bell icon. Keep watching, keep learning. Thank you for watching this video.